Hello YouTube fans and as well as Gunpla builders, it's your favorite builder, Oh My Wings, with another video of a special video of a review of the Metal Robot Damashii Gundam Barbatos Lupus. Now I'm sure there are videos already online about this, but I haven't done it on my page, so why not do a little special for this video for an unboxing. And also, Happy New Year, and it's now 2022, and thank you so much for the support from all of you who's made my YouTube grow so much in the past few months. I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you, and let's get into the video.
Oh my.
And as we see here from the box looks phenomenal. It's really nice, and you can feel it's very packed. Of course, it has the special Tamashii Nation sticker as well as Bandai, so you know it's legit. So this one was really cool. So I already have a Lupus Rex, so I'll probably do a comparison towards the end of the video. But just looking here, it looks super epic, and I've heard really good things about it. So I can't wait to open this. But of course, we want to look at some of the designs in the back. You can tell it looks really bam from the back and from all the gimmicks and options and the swords and everything. So I've heard it's really good. So I'm excited for this. So let's open this. As you can see, I've kind of just already used the X-Acto knife to open it already because I got too excited, but I haven't really opened it. I've only done this part because obviously I should have done it, when I did the video, but it's too late now. So let's open it up. And so far, looking pretty solid. Okay, so I opened it from the back, which is fine. In the box, still in good condition, super nice. And so we can go from the back side, or actually we can go from here. And just from looking here, this looks really nice. Like, I can already feel I'm getting a huge bargain after, opening this up. So it's pretty tight for the most part, and obviously there's so many different weapons that I want to use and so many cool different hands. So I'm very excited for this, for the parts, and as well as just putting the whole thing together. So there's going to be a lot I'm going to be doing, so bear with me and how this is going to work. I am very overwhelmed at how amazing this looks, so we shall see how this goes. So we can start by, of course, looking at the mobile suit itself, and just from here, oh my gosh, this is really solid stuff, and I'm really surprised on the detailing that it really does feel like it's from the anime itself. And wow, it hasn't even, you can tell from like the clear paper stuff that it's brand new, so that's good. That's a good sign. So let's open this, and let me get this part off here. And the one on top here, there's a little part that actually goes on top of the head, so you can see here, and its arms are super long. I'm surprised on how long the arms are, and as well as the detail in the articulation on it. So if you want to bend the arms like this, you can turn the you can put the legs all the way down like that. And the posing, I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. I think this is going to be great posing, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with it, so I'm pretty excited. So of course, you can turn around 360 this way, and the head has the giggity goo, and you can take the head all the way back there. So if you can look closely, it has a little nice arch, which is really cool. But just by looking at here and all the details and the small things, looks really nice, and it's really worth the buck. Like, I believe I paid about like a 200 even, so that wasn't too bad. Usually I think they're going for a little more, and if you pre-order it, you can get it for a little cheaper, but the pricing is not too bad for what you get here. Obviously, it's not a metal build, but honestly, I'll take what I can get, and I think this was really awesome. Really like it so far. So let's get to some of the weapons. So just opening weapons and everything, I believe these are the cannons that go on the side, so I'm not really too familiar how all this works. But I believe, if I'm correct, this goes on the side here of the arms, because I think the cannons go there. So I think this would connect maybe here. I'm not really too sure how this works. So I'm going to try to so you're going to have to bear with me here and see. Makes sense? Okay, so that goes there, so that's good. And I think you take the cannons. Oh my gosh, I did it in one try. Wow, I'm a genius. So you take these. So these are connected to the arms on the side. So this is pretty hefty. This is really nice, and just from this already, the cannons on this, oh my goodness, this is already cool enough. Like, I don't even need the other weapons, but even then, here, really solid stuff. And these are more, I believe these are other cannons, I believe, that connect. So I believe you can take this off. And this goes here, but I don't know what these ones do, so I guess I'm gonna find out because I kind of just didn't open. Oh, and look at that gimmick. You can see a small gimmick that extends, and I'm trying to see where this part goes. I think this might be a cannon as well. So these are just cannons, I think, from what I've learned, but it's really, really cool. Even this part's really nice overall. Like, I think this is a really nice little small gimmick. So I think these are just cannons and smaller ones, and you can like rotate them as we move on with the process. Looking good. And the details, like I said, the coloring, phenomenal. And I'm glad what they went with the gold instead of the yellow, which I don't think it is yellow, but the gold makes it super, super nice. Yeah, the different hands here. So we have hands for open. So you can see we have open claw hands, basically for more of the posing effect, where you have open claws, which I actually personally do like when it comes to the Barbatos. I don't really like putting on too much of the weapons, but I think with this specific figure, the weapons are definitely needed, and I think it's going to make a huge, huge difference. So you can see the different handles here that it's able to hold on to. You have the maces. The maces look really, really cool, so I'm excited to put these on. I'm not even sure how to put them on, but I'm assuming there are directions, so I'm probably going to have to look at that shortly. And we have the awesome blazing, I guess, glazing eye, which is going to be really, really cool later putting on. But I really already like the gimmick of just how the cannons put on here. The cannons look really, really cool here. These look really solid. And sorry, that was my dog Rex, and yes, he's named after the Lupus Rex in a way, so that's him barking, so don't mind that. But yeah, just overall this looks really, really nice. And let's put on the other weapons and see what we can do from there. Maces in. All you have to do is take these off, and I believe to put off the maces, all you have to do is pull off the same way, and you can take them off through that way. You place it through here, and that is one mace there. And if you want to place the other one, you do the same process. Take this part here and take the mace here, and you have officially 2 maces. And honestly, these look pretty good too. Like, I wouldn't mind just keeping these on. And I don't know how he holds all these weapons, but it's really, really cool to see. Hopefully I can get them all in there, but with these 2 maces, this is also a really, really cool thing right here. And the stand looks amazing. Like, it's super clean. I love the black and gold, which kind of really fits the theme, I believe, to me personally, and it looks really nice. So connecting it shouldn't be too bad. All you do is connect through here, and then you connect to here, and then you place the stand over here. And I think this is where if you want to extend it, and if you want to close it just to keep it still, which is really nice there. And now this one I'm very, very excited for. Look how massive this sword is. Like, this is, I don't think this is even considered his weapon. But this was when he was fighting the mobile armor. He took the weapon from one of the mobile suits, and this weapon is freaking awesome. So I'm really excited to have him hold this weapon as soon as we get some posing in. And you can see the small details and the kanji writing right there, which is really, really cool. Small details, but really cool. And I think these parts are mainly to hold onto the weapon because it's so big, I believe. So I'm going to try messing around to see, if that actually is true. But it looks really, really nice here. And of course, his main weapon is right here. It has the Tuck It On logo at there as well. So this weapon is really, really solid. And so what you're paying for, I think it's totally worth it. This looks really cool. I really, really like it. And yeah, I mean, honestly, look just how big they are. It's insane. On the first hands right here, the claws really make a big difference. And I think when you open the hands like that, it really shows I guess, the small details of what the Barbatos is supposed to be. So putting these hands here is really, really cool. I even like it just like this pose by itself, but obviously this thing is known for holding all its crazy gimmick weapons. So we're going to place those on, see if we can do that right now. So we take this off. So we're going to probably put the big sword first. So I think what we want to do is, I think these open. I'm not really too sure how this works. Oh, here we go. So you can actually place it here. So you can take off this part, this handle. So you don't have to open up the hands too much. So I think it just goes through here. There you go. And then you place this here to connect. And that is how you really do it. So we place this here. And I wonder how heavy it is without using the stands, because I know this is mainly supposed to use stands. So this weapon can actually hold on its own, so you don't have to place a stand if you want to, but it does look really cool if you put the stand, if you want the full effect. So if you were to go like this, kind of like do the famous pose right here. Yeah, this sword is ginormous. I don't even know why, like, but it's really, really, really nice. So that looks really cool with the posing, and if I want to, I can place another weapon on this arm. So if I were to take this, slowly taking this part off, then see, where's the hand here? So here you do the exact same thing. You don't need to pull out the whole thing. I think you just pull this off. So that's usually how you put on all the weapons. So you go from the bottom, place that here, and then this goes here, and oh my goodness, this makes such a huge difference. I mean, look, dude, you got 2 weapons on here. Oh my gosh, this looks so badass. And now to make it even more badass, you want to place this part, take this off right here, the V fin. You want to add the whole effects. Now I totally forgot what these called, so correct me in the chat if you, or the comment below if you happen to know what they're called. I totally forgot, but this makes a huge difference. And look at that, like, look how badass this is. And my gosh, this is like a whole nother level, and I can see why in the show this had a lot of, this was really cool. Like, this was really cool. I really feel like when building this, I really feel like it's really immersed in the anime itself, and I feel like I'm actually watching it. So overall, like, adding all these effects and everything is totally worth it, and I'm starting to feel I'm gonna like this better than the Barbatos Lupus Rex. But we can compare them and see what you think. But overall, just looking at this is really cool. Like, adding all the gimmicks and weapons, I think this is a huge plus. Even the small gimmicks here when playing the cannons on the side, and of course these different maces, we can put those on later as well. But just looking right here, this is really cool. So if you place the stand onto it, so if you do it right here, place it there, and it has a stand. Like, literally, I don't need to do too much posing, but if you want to, you can place it like that, and even like that just looks really epic. But you want to add the stand. I think to add the stand, we'd have to use this right here. So this L, the one right here, and it's kind of like a Damashii stand, so which is really cool. So I think if you want to, right, the best way to do is to take this part over here, and this is how you put it on right there. And then if you want to kind of carry it, you can take one of these parts, I believe. Let's see which one it is. I think it's this one. I don't know how this fits. Hold on for a second. Okay, so I think that goes there. Nope. This one. So it goes here, and then you take this part and you place the sword on top, I believe. So if I were to just to place the sword here, and it stands. So you can see here, the stand is supposed to connect to the sword so it doesn't fall over or anything. But I don't think that's going to be an issue at all, because I think overall, like, the posing I usually like to do is like to keep the sword on the bottom anyways. So I don't think I have to worry too much about dragging it on. But overall, they really thought this through, and I think it's because they did the Barbatos Lupus Rex first, just to kind of get it out of the way, and then from there they can, I guess, iron out the details and figure out how to detail even more. But overall, this looks really nice so far. Really cool. Since we have the Lupus Rex and as well as the Lupus itself, just looking here in terms of what I think is really good about the Lupus Rex. The Lupus Rex does have the tail, so I think this is a huge plus if you have the tail, because anything with a tail is like pretty cool. So I like the tail. The claws are definitely way better because they're gold and they're a lot more detailed, I believe. And overall, like, I think this one's more bulkier, so it has the massiveness of the arms, and I feel like it's definitely more sharpened and detailed, which is nice. The mace is way bigger. The mace is way heavier and stronger, and it has a connection. But the problem with this one is it doesn't really have a side of cannons, which I was kind of disappointed in. So the Lupus Rex doesn't really have cannons, but I really wish it did, because the cannons do make a huge difference, and I think that's what I really liked about the Lupus Rex, the Lupus, which is what makes it shine. But I think the Lupus Rex is good because it has the arm detailing and as well as the tail, which is the biggest part of the figure. But this is where the Lupus shines, is where it still has awesome detail. The arms are, I like the length of the arms, like it's like perfect. And the red coloring makes a huge difference. The weapons, the sword, yeah, overall, like I think it's because the weapons like really play a huge part, and you can tell it's probably a little more detailed. You can tell they put a little more effort, in my personal opinion, compared to the Lupus Rex. So if you look at the Lupus Rex, which is just as detailed, and I think this is perfect, especially, you know, if there's no master grade of the Lupus Rex yet, this is definitely a must if you're into, you know, the style of the you know, kind of the one with not really much weapons, but mainly just focusing on the body and how it looks bulky wise. It does make a good difference, but I really do like about this because it's pretty flexible for the most part. So that's the good thing about the Lupus Rex. So after looking at this figure and how amazing this figure is, and just how many weapons this thing's able to hold, and how epic it looks, and you can even put the mazes in the back where you can hold more weapons. Overall, awesome figure. Really like it, especially with the red eyes too. Really stand out. This is an awesome figure, so if you're able to get one yourself, I highly recommend getting one. And again, if I were to give it a rating, I would give it a 5 out of 5 wings, and definitely this is something I would definitely want to get. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe below. And we do go on Twitch as well, so if you enjoy Twitch, you can check out the links as well below. And Happy New Year, and see you guys in the next video.